What's good, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Oh, Craig G in the building. Well, let me not start doing that. Let me go up. Let me say that chick, yo. What's good, yo? I thought I was gonna catch you slipping for a minute. But I did not. You are the undefeated queen of consistency. I crown you. That's right, the undefeated queen of consistency. That chick, yo. Salute to you, sis. Salute to you. Sorry for being a little late this morning. Had to go get rid of the perma crust. But let me tell y'all. Actually, before let me start doing, let me go down the line. All right, Toronto Rick is in the building. What's good, Toronto? How you doing this morning, sis? D-Rob, my guy. Salute, bruh. Salute. How's things out in Texas? Craig G. What up, my guy? Hey, man. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know. I gotta, my system has changed a little bit. I'm not used to doing morning shows anymore. I don't know. I done got lazy real quick. I done become undisciplined real quick. And so I gotta do some little readjusting. My eyes gotta come down a little bit. I'm looking too high. There we go. And I will say this, man. I will say this. Let me make sure everything else is good. Let me go to here. Yep, that's what I want. Yeah, man. So a few things have changed in my little system over here, but it's because I had to do a rearrange. I had my big hard drive, my RAID. It's a box device about this big that video creators normally use, and it holds multiple hard drives. And they're all interconnected. And if one drive goes bad, it's designed for you don't lose your workflow, you don't lose your footage, you don't lose anything. And so RAIDs are great backups for video professionals who need to archive a lot of video while actually still working on certain projects, because video take up a lot of space. Well, I didn't have just one drive fail. I had all four drives quit on me. And my RAID is, shout out to my RAID. Shout out to the RAID. But guess what? It don't even matter. It didn't even really matter to me. I mean, it did. I hated to lose some footage. So I had to rearrange, which is where I was going. I had to rearrange my desk, and some things got a little out of whack. So if things are looking a little off this morning, or something, the camera kind of is not focusing right, I had to move everything. And I had to set it back up the last minute. So apologies for that. But let me tell y'all something, man. When I look at this week, what's good, Kay? This week has been a blessing in a lot of different ways. I had a little bit of a break. I got a chance to really think about some things, kind of refocus. Because, we talked about on Tuesday, I think, when we did the last show, that I wanted to move in some different areas because it's time for me to go live out my full potential. Not just bits and pieces of it. My full potential. Which means I had to restructure some things and figure out some moves to make. And shout out to you guys for giving me the space to do it. I am almost impossible. I love that. My brother, ladies and gentlemen, he says, only you, dude. Hey, small things don't happen to me. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. It's big things or bust. That's health. That's wealth. Relationships. I don't do small very well. And considering I should be like 6'8", 7 foot, the way big things always happen for me. And not the most positive, but also not the most negative either. I'm just like, my life is extremes. My life truly is extremes. And I've gotten adjusted to it. I don't know. I've gotten adjusted to it. But it works. It works for me. What's up, Mo? How you doing, sis? And so that's what I want to talk about this morning. And I want to start diving into this conversation. But I want to do it a little slightly different way than what I would normally do it. First off, it's Friday. Normally we open new topics on Mondays. But since the morning motivation schedule is changing, we're going to change it up a little bit. So, welcome to Motivation. Talk on Rusty. It's only been 3 days. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Motivation, where we build community, expand our thoughts, and get our day started on the right foot. I'm your host, Jamar, and I'm so excited for you to be here. And on your way in the door, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that you're here. Join us in the chat. Join the conversation, because this channel is about uplifting each other, becoming the best version of ourselves, the personal development. Don't be scared. We're not judging. We're not going to make you feel bad because you may not think the way, or you may not be to a certain mindset yet. But guess what? You're going to get there. So just keep hanging out with us. Keep being a part of the community, and we're going to all grow together. We're going to all grow together. So thank you for letting me do that reset. That chick yo said, rewind. Yeah, man. But it's life. And I think that's one of the biggest things that kind of get in the way of our growth, of our success. We are, T-Rod said, be very, very scared. Yeah, man, no telling where it's going to go. But I'm just saying, I feel recharged. I feel rejuvenated. And trust me, it's not because I got more rest. It's not because I got more rest either. It's because I had time to really consider my life. Because some things were happening. So let me paint the picture. You guys remember I told you about my motorcycle accident back in 2013. For those of you who don't remember, I'm gonna tell it again. Matter of fact, let me give me some more story music up. I'm gonna tell it again for those who don't really remember. I think this is the one. Yeah. So it's the middle of summer. I had just left. Matter of fact, I was at Randy's uncle's house and I was riding my motorcycle. And after having a good time with him, but then they were getting ready to change it up and go do something else. So I said, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna roll with y'all, bro. I'm gonna go back to the crib. So I hop on my bike He lived in the country, so I'm two lane roads coming out of the country. Beautiful day. It's the middle of the summer. It's hot, but when you ride a motorcycle, it's something about how cutting through the air, the wind transfer that goes over your head, through the vents in the helmet, around your skin. I didn't have a jacket on. It was just a t-shirt, and I think I had on some joggers or some sweats or something. And so the wind hitting me was keeping me cool. So it was a beautiful day. I take a shortcut, I hop on the highway, come off the highway, go through the other part of town, and I'm probably literally 10 minutes from the house at this point. I pull over at this stoplight. Well, I stop at the stoplight. I don't really pull over at it. I stop at this stoplight. And while I'm there, SUV pulls up beside me. I look over a little bit, the driver gives me the head nod. I head nod him back. Light changes, I take off. Now, what I did notice is that there was a lady in the gas station parking lot right out the other side of the light. Because the light had been red, she was gonna try to beat traffic. But what she didn't know was the light changed while she was, I don't know if she had looked down or she hesitated. And so motorcycles don't take off slowly. Well, they can, but why? And so I hit the accelerator, the throttle, and I went on up. And she saw me as she was turning, but she chose not to stop. She could have stopped, but she chose not to. And so I swerved. I made sure that the SUV that was beside me, he didn't take off too fast. He didn't, luckily. So I swerved into that lane, looked at the lady, and I don't know what she was thinking. Did I do her wrong? Did I scare her? Was she scared? Was she scared she was gonna hit me? I don't know what her thought was, but her face was ugly. And not like she was in a beauty perspective. It was like a broken, disgust face. And she hits the accelerator and that little car just takes off. And it's a beautiful day, so I'm not gonna let this mess up my day. I'm not gonna have road rage today. I'm making a conscious decision. I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying life right now. She goes on. I go to change lanes to get back in the lane that she just, accelerated in. Then the lights go out. The lights go out. I wake up probably 20 minutes later in the back of an ambulance, headed to the hospital. I go from having a great day, a beautiful day, enjoying life, to almost losing my life. And I've never really had a fear of death, but any fear that I had in that moment about death, it ended. Because for me, death was, I was here, and then I wasn't. I wouldn't have been here. Death is easy. There's no pain in death. There's pain in living and trying to survive. But in death, the suffering ends. And because of, I understand that at a different level now, I really have no fear of death now. I really don't. It's the living, the everyday living that makes things hard. So where am I going with this? Well, I told y'all that I had 2 to 3 surgeries within a 2-year span. I didn't work for almost 2 years. And the money that I had in savings were dried up and I was hurting bad. I was in a lot of pain. I broke my femur, my foot cracked some ribs, knocked a tooth out, fractured another tooth. So I was walking around with missing a tooth, and I had a tooth and a half for about 1.5 years because so much damage had been done. And I had a helmet on, but it just the handlebars, when the truck hit me, the handlebars turned and went up under. See, I don't. Small things don't happen to me. It's big things. Well, under the helmet and just gashed my lip right there. I'd have probably 15, 20 stitches to sew it up properly. But when it went through there, it knocked one tooth. It broke the tooth. So they had to extract that, and then it fractured the other tooth, and I needed a crown. So from my head to my toe, I was bruised up. I was what they call that bruised up turd, bro. I was, ooh. But something else happened. Mentally, I went into a depression, the woe is me states. And they put this titanium rod in my femur because the femur bone broke maybe a little less than halfway down. And so they had to go in, put this titanium rod in. And the doctor told me after my first checkup, when he looked at the healing and re-x-rayed, he said, it looks good. He said, Mr. Glover, this is what we call a weight-bearing injury, meaning the rod is holding you up. The rod is holding you in place. But because your femur was broken, you're going to experience a lot of pain. But it can bear all of your weight. So let me ask y'all this. If you are... First off, who's ever had a broken bone? Is anybody in the chat, in the group ever had a broken bone? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever broken a bone. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever broken a bone. Has anybody ever broken a bone? Put a 1 in the chat. Monique says, no judging, just loving. Oh yeah, D-Rob, I know, man. But I'm excited for a reason, man, because some things have hit me, and that's what I want to talk about. And this is what I want to talk about next week as well, because I don't think we give credit. I don't think we give credit enough to the down times. I don't think we give enough credit to the pain that we have to endure just living this thing called life. You see, I got a second chance years ago. Man, nobody's broken a bone. I got a second, maybe even a third chance to do this thing called life. And when you almost lose your life, you gain perspective. When you go through a bad heartache, a pain, heartbreak or something, it gives you a different perspective. D-Rob said, I haven't. And I never had either. My whole life, I escaped breaking anything. Now, I did get my forehead gashed open in an accident. I ain't gonna say what kind of accident, but in an accident as a child. I got my head gashed open and I thought my brain was coming through it. It was so bad. But when you have near-death experiences, it gives you a different perspective. And for me, let's see, where are we? Oh man, come on, man, y'all. We back in the building today. Y'all give me a few likes. We got 3 likes. We got way more conversation in the chat than that. Can I get a little love this morning? Can I get some encouragement? Matter of fact, let me see something. But anyway, what I was talking about was the fact that, oh, that's not the page I want. You go away. D-Rob said, yeah, I had a scar on my head for something. Had 15 stitches. That can give you a different perspective as well. But it's like when you almost lost your life and you realize the severity of it, it gives you a new perspective. It gives you a new energy, a new thirst for life and for living. For life and for living. And I'm in excruciating pain. I'm trying to, that's what I want. Yep, got it. All right. So yeah, I'm in excruciating pain, but this doctor keeps telling me you can move on it, you can walk on it. It's gonna hurt. So if it's gonna hurt, then why? What up, Randy? He said one broke my toe sparring. Okay. I do remember. I do remember. I do remember. So when you let me use Randy's toe. So when you walking around and you doing stuff, you can't walk the same because you are mindful of the pain. And if you forget, it reminds you very quickly. It reminds you very quickly. And I'm talking about the body right now, the physical body. When we go through an injury, when we go through a physical injury or we go through a mental energy, whenever we tread upon the thing that has been injured, we receive signals to our brain that says, ouch, that says, no, it hurts. It says, no, stay off of it, right? We get these signals and they tell us to proceed with caution, be careful, watch yourself. And sometimes we begin to see things that are not even there. We see red flags in people in relationships because we were hurt when a person did a certain thing. So now we're bodyguarding or we're trying to safeguard ourselves from that feeling again. People keep asking me, hey, you think you done riding bikes? You think you ever gonna ride bikes again? And my answer is the same. I don't remember the accident, like for real. I don't even remember the accident. I was literally riding and then I wasn't. So I have no trauma or fear of riding a motorcycle again. Just like because I've been through a breakup, I have no fear of dating again. Just because I've been married and it ended badly, I have no fear of getting married again. Life is life. Every opportunity is new. Every experience is new. So I asked the question to start out, how powerful are you? How powerful is your mind? Because you are the culmination of your spirit, your body, and your soul. Oh yeah, Monique had the same thing happen too. She said, backing up that GMC, forehead still shining. Oh, matter of fact, yeah. That's my scar right there. You can still see it. That's how deep it was. It's still there. And that scar is probably 40 years old. And it hadn't healed. It's 40 years old. 40 years old. Oh, yeah. And that chick, reminded me this morning about, I was telling you about, Jordan, my son, and him and his new endeavors. His new endeavors with the camera and how it's kind of been in his DNA for some time. And she reminded me this morning to grab the picture to show us. I think it's the Art of Cool Festival. It's like 2017 Art of Cool Festival. This guy was probably 11 at the time. Yeah, he's probably 11 at the time. So I wanted to share that with you guys and let y'all see how long me and young Simba been at this thing. If I can find it. Oh, there we go. Are you the right one? You are the right one. Wow, there we go. So, yeah, we're at the Art of Cool Festival. And you tell I was recently separated. That's recently separated, but I was definitely separated. You see my son's shirt, right? It's wrinkled like I don't know. Bro, we was getting clothes out the dryer, throwing it in the basket. My little apartment, I had a 1-bedroom apartment, bro. I ain't had no dressers. I ain't had really nothing. I had a place for me to lay my head and a place for him to lay his head. So he was in the struggle with your boy for real. He was definitely in the struggle. But you see, I got a Sony FS1 sitting there and we're filming some street performers. And he's there with his little iPad, Got him a little tripod. And you can't tell him, look at this. And actually, we kind of got the same smile, don't we? Yeah, we kind of got the same smile. Like I was thinking about saying, he wouldn't mind, but I don't know. I don't know if I can say that now. But yeah, it was a good time. We always have good times when we able to get out and work together and do things together as, father and son. And I do miss it because he's getting older now. He's making his own moves. And now when I call him like, hey, bro, he be like, how much money involved? What we talking? What's the numbers, Pops? What's the numbers we talking about? So it's just like the times aren't quite as authentic as they used to be, but it's in a different way. Exactly. He didn't care about no wrinkled shirt. Oh, honestly, most guys, only reason we care about that stuff is because of y'all. We care about it because of y'all. That's right there. We got to make a good impression. We don't want to get talked about. So Monique trying to bulldoze some houses. Monique bulldozed some houses. So yeah, how powerful are you? And I'm talking about how powerful is your mind. You guys know I've been trying to put together my a couple of programs that I've been working on, and I've been doing a lot. And I've hit the wall in a couple of areas, and I've been struggling. And then recent situations have been kind of forcing my hand a little bit, because I'm a fan of being in charge of my own destiny. Put a one in the chat if you feel that way. I'm a fan of being in charge of my own destiny. I'd rather stay ready so I ain't got to get ready. But sometimes life throws that curveball, and you have to adjust on the fly. And so I'm seeing the pitcher starting to grip the ball a certain way. He's starting to practice a certain shot that I'm not really good at hitting. So I need to get ahead of this curveball. And so when we talked on Tuesday, we talked about me taking control and becoming my best self, living up to my full potential. And I've been struggling with some ideas, but I didn't quite conceptualize and see it. I didn't quite see it clear enough to really take action on it. And so I will keep studying. I will keep reading about things. I will keep doing things around it, but it just didn't quite make sense to me at that moment. But somebody say, in the fullness of time. In the fullness of time. Things always happen when they're supposed to happen and how they're supposed to happen. I truly do believe that. And I woke up. Actually, no, it was Tuesday. I didn't even wake up. It was Tuesday. After the show Tuesday, I had to go into the office for a few minutes. And on the way to the office, something that I have been pondering, stressing over, trying to figure out, just opened up in my mind. Why is my camera struggling so bad today? It opened up in my mind, and I was able to see it. And so I spent Tuesday thinking about it, Wednesday diagramming, mapping out, and yesterday talking to a mentor, talking to people, some people that will be essential in actually helping. And so I wake up today, I still have all the same stressors in my life that I had on Monday. Grandbaby's still here. Mom doing a little bit better this week. Mama P doing better this week. She appreciates all the love and support. The jobs are still what they are. But I have so much energy right now. I am so pumped up. I am so excited for this next chapter of my life. Why? Because a seed was sown years ago. A seed was sown years ago. Hi, babe. How are you? Oh, I don't think I told her I was on. I don't think I told her I was doing the show this morning. Hey, babe, I'm doing the show today. So just to let you know, I want you to say I didn't tell you. Shout out to my wife, man. Shout out to my wife. She my number one fan, my biggest supporter. You know, I'm a clap for her, which means she about to come in here in a minute and roast me. Randy says, fear and comfort got a lock on me. So controlling my destiny outside this steady paycheck seems dangerous. Whoo, bruh, Teb, I know the feeling, man. Too many people counting on me to take risk. Yes, sir. Praying God will lead me and I'll follow. Oh, man. Hey, boo, why you coming on in and hit that like button for me? I appreciate you. Matter of fact, if anybody's interested in getting your boy a cup of coffee this morning, be much obliged. My wife bought me a cup of coffee last week. She said, "Baby, you work hard. Here go a nice little cup for you." Oh yeah, it's my baby boy. I tell y'all. But yeah, man. So that comfort can be a trap, and the reason being is, yeah, we all know that we have to we all know that there's a certain level that we have to maintain every day, a certain level of income, a certain level of energy, a certain level of love, appreciation, respect, and professionalism to keep our lives going. And sometimes to do something different, it's too much on the line. It's too much riding on it. I get it. And sometimes you be a fool to shift gears midstream and disrupt what you're doing. I mean, I'm a fool. I'm foolish. Shout out to me because I'm foolish. But no, I'm also very, very calculated. I know what my low number is. So when I'm gonna thank you, Randy, for sharing that. I want to put this out here. I know what my low number is, and I know meaning my low number is my minimum number. I know what the minimum number is for me to my lifestyle to not change. But I also know the number that I want to get to, and the two are worlds apart. The two are worlds apart. So I float sometimes in a space where, to people that know me, they don't know what I do. They just know I still have a house, I still have a car, my wife ain't left me, my kids still look happy. So they know I'm still making things happen. I show up at trips, I show up at events, but a lot of folks don't know what I do. And as a freelancer, it's easy because nobody sees me. So I'm always in the back of a studio somewhere. So unless you work there, you don't really know. But now I'm more in the public face. People actually can pinpoint what I do. And the comfort, I'm starting to understand what it feels like to be comfortable. And to be honest with you, it scares your boy. It scares your boy. Why? Because I know comfort is a trap. And every time I get comfortable, bad things happen. So there's some of my dismissive avoidant kicking in right there. So I like to keep myself in a space where I'm not comfortable. And not for torturous reasons. I'm not trying to torture myself. I'm trying to get somewhere. And sometimes I've gotten stagnant, and that's where I've been. But just like with the motorcycle accident, that was a weight-bearing injury. It took me a while, but sooner or later, I started to because I had to go back to work. So I started to deal with the pain, and I realized, man, this thing can't hold me. This titanium rod is pretty strong. Do I feel discomfort? Yes. Do I feel the pain? Yes. But guess what? I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep moving. And I did. And eventually, actually sooner than later, the pain subsided. And I was able to really continue on doing things. You see, the mind is our most powerful asset. It's way more powerful than the body. It's way, way more powerful than most things I know. The mind can move mountains. You can create ideas that move mountains. That's the faith of a mustard seed. If you believe you can do it, you can have it. You can achieve it. It's faith. And I think the Bible says that unless a seed falls to the ground and dies, talking about unless the Son of Man being planted into the ground, he has to die for the salvation of his people. And so all these ideas y'all have, they're seeds. And that seed goes into your mind. It goes into your spirit, your heart. And it has to die. It has to cease being a seed in order to be the type of plant that what it is. This idea seed has to go into your heart, deep into the soil. And it has to cease being an idea, and something else has to sprout. And so next week, what I want us to talk about is, what does that look like? What happens they call it the germination process. In the germination process, what happens? So I'm going to get a little biblical next week, and not in the bad biblical. Parables next week. The parable of the sower. So if you guys want to refresh yourselves on that, feel free. You know, the guy who had the talents, one had one, one had two, one had three. Or no, 1, 2, and 5, I think. The seeds that fell on the stony ground, the fertile ground, and the dry ground, or the sidewalks. We're going to talk about those, because seeds, the seeds that we have in our mind, the image that we hold in our mind, those are the things that trip us up the fastest and cause us never to accomplish what we set in our heart and our minds to. Speaking of Mama P, you know what? I'm gonna look it up again. I had a doctor actually tell me this last time I was not the last time, actually it was a month or two ago. Before the last time I took my mom to her last chemo treatment, and the doctor had a very interesting stat. And let's see. Life expectancy of a chemo patient. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Yeah. So the doctor said that the national stat is that you have people who go under chemo, they have stage 4 cancer. Not just, stage 4 cancer. So this is only for stage 4 cancer. But you have people who go into chemotherapy for years. And the average chemo patient, 4.5 to 7 years. That's the average. But in that average, what it says is that there's so many who don't make it to the 4. But the ones that are really strong-willed, the ones who have can't say the best treatment, because chemo is chemo. You find the chemos that work for you. But 4.5 to 7 years, and there's some who go above that. And you know the difference between the ones who make it 2 years versus the ones who go 8 years? The mind. The mind. They refuse to quit. They refuse to give in. They refuse. They just refuse. And so not only are they doing what the doctor says do, they're doing their own things too. They're changing the way they eat. They're going into happy places. How many times have we heard of people who have been given that death sentence? You get 5 months to live, and then 5 years later, they're still around. How powerful are you? When an idea goes into your mind, when an idea takes hold of you, how much power do you have to turn that idea into a dream, and from a dream to a goal, and from a goal to a reality? How powerful are you? And the great news is, no matter what your answer is to that question, you can be as powerful as you want to be. No judgment, no shame. You can be as powerful as you want to be. But there's a process. Baby said, boy, the things I gotta do to try to support my man. Says, every night I gotta fight to prove my love. Y'all remember 5 Heartbeats? Let's do Shy Brother. Facts. Randy said facts. Toronto Reagan says, I look at pain like this. Pain isn't who I am. It's only a vehicle that pushes me to my destiny. You know what? I ain't even finished reading that one yet. I just got to give you some air horns on that one. Hold on. It is only a vehicle that pushes me to my destiny. Pain is used to push you and to remind you of what it feels like to be immobile. You can't stay there. Shout out Toronto Riggins for dropping the gem on us this morning. Monique says, I am here for it. Randy said, that's why they asked for you start chemo. Who is your support system? They want to know that you are living for someone else other than yourself. Facts. Purpose is powerful. So, and that's what I'm talking about, man. We run across so many people who have a lot of fear, who don't seem to be strong. But then the right thing happens. The right motivator kicks in, and now they become super powerful. They become unstoppable. They were shy and timid, and now they leading the pack. You throw them out to the wolves, they came back leading the pack. Because something snapped here, purpose, an idea finally germinated. The seed germinated. The roots went down and a sprout came out the top. They found new life. And so sometimes we get hung up on what didn't happen. We get caught up on the process taking too long. There's a growth period for every seed that's planted. And, you know, if as a man, if I plant my seed in a woman, then I know it's going to be, you know, somewhere around 9 months for that seed to germinate and form, right? To become what it's supposed to become. If I plant a tomato tree or tomato plant, then I know it's going to take a couple of weeks for that thing to really be what it needs to be. If I plant a watermelon, first you got to make sure you plant it in season. Because like I told you, I planted some watermelon and the things didn't do nothing. And then about 6 months later, I'm running over because I'm destroying my garden because I'm mad at it. And I'm running over just watermelon after watermelon. Boom, 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 boom. And I go back and I got red, juicy watermelon spilling all over the ground. Because I didn't understand the seed. There was a season to plant the watermelons. There's a season to plant it. And it takes so much time for that seed to take root. And I got impatient and I destroyed my own garden because I didn't understand how the process worked. And so, yes, I took it as an L, a lesson. And I thought, if that happens in the natural spaces with these watermelons, what if I've been uprooting in my mind? What if I've been telling myself that I can't do? What seeds have I planted in my mind that were negative? The seed in my mind that says, I can only make, as Jordan would say, I can only make $12 an hour. 25 seems like a whole lot. You see, somewhere somebody planted seeds in our minds. Some of us, it was our parents. Some of us, it was teachers in school. Some of us, it was friends. Some of us, it was just life. So this weekend, I want you to take inventory. I want you to look at your life, and I want you to see the things in your life that you are not happy with. And I want you to think about who planted that seed in me. When did this start? Because sometimes before you plant seeds, you got to go get the ground right. You got to pull out the weeds, the bad things, the thing that's going to choke the life out of your dream. Sometimes that means you got to be in new circles, around different people. Anything that's going to stop your seeds from growing, you got to get that ground right. Toronto Regan says, I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker, but nervous about speaking in public. Hey, you and about 90% of the population. Said, now my pastors threw me leadership roles, leading others. I'm swimming, haven't drowned yet. I haven't drowned. I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure exactly where you're located, but if you want to get comfortable speaking in an environment where people are going to encourage you, where people are going to give you the tools you need to present with confidence in an environment very similar to this, look up the closest Toastmasters to your home. There's meetings all over the place. Sometimes there's evening meetings, there's morning meetings, there's lunchtime meetings, depending upon where you live, because there's many different clubs. So that would be my advice to you. If public speaking is really a thing that kind of trips you up, you need to join a Toastmasters club ASAP. Go on, get it. You ain't got to stay a long time. Get in there, get what you need, make some friends, create some new networks, pick up some skills. It's tilling the ground, the soil of your mind. Tilling the soil of your mind. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Okay, let me get Babies up off there. Let me see. What Toronto Regan's comment at? Oh yeah, there we go. There you go. I look at pain like this. That was a fire comment. Fire comment. Because that's where I went. I've never had a fear of speaking in front of people. I just really wasn't effective as a speaker. I didn't know how to organize my thoughts in a way that was receptive. I didn't know how to be entertaining. I was either all entertaining and no information, or all information and dry. I didn't know how to combine the two naturally in a time period, in a concise time period. Because most times you're only going to get 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And if you spend the first 5 minutes just trying to get rid of your nerves, then nobody's ever going to call you back, because you lost them at the second minute. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about next week's shows. And I'm not set on the date just yet, but I'm thinking right now, I'm debating on Monday and Wednesday as the days for the show. We are thinking about Monday and Wednesday. That's what I'm thinking, Monday and Wednesday. They make the most sense to me based on how my schedule is right now. Monday and Wednesday, or Monday and Friday. I don't know. Fridays work too. Mondays I'm not super busy. I'll do work some Friday mornings. So Monday and Wednesday makes the most sense. But anyway, so I will definitely be here on Monday. Although is time, what is it, daylight savings time this week? We springing forward, so I'm gonna lose an hour. So I might be a little exhausted because I gotta take granddaughter back the Sunday. Shouldn't be too bad though. But that's it, man. I watch my mom. She gives me strength every day because I watch her endure the sickness, endure the pain. She's losing all kind of crazy weight. She's still trying to go though because her mind is so strong. Her will is so strong that she's willing her way through everything. She's willing her way through everything. Kay said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll see. 2 days for sure. So Monday and Wednesday might be good, and maybe a Friday here and there. Maybe a Friday here and there. But yeah, and so just watching her, and you know, it's one thing to stop by my mother's house and see her and see she's not doing well, and hang out for a little while, make her smile, make her laugh, get her some food, but then leave and come home. It's different now because she at home. Reddy said, let me know if you need me to ride with you. I promise to stay awake. Yeah, man, because you be tripping, bro, on these car rides, dog. You you be going to sleep on your boy. I'll let you know, though, bro. I'll let you know, for sure. It's different to come home and I see her every day, all day, in her pain, in her sickness, in her fight. And some days it's a little heart-wrenching because this is the strongest woman that I know. Craig said, how about a simple story time on Friday? A simple story time. Okay, yeah, I like simple story times. She's been the strongest woman that I've ever known. And to see her fighting, it gives me so much more courage, much more strength. And it also lets me know how powerful of a mind she has. And so how can I complain about anything? How can I complain about anything? I have everything that I need. I have every resource that I need. Everything is at my disposal. And the word no is the one thing that shuts me down because somebody said no. Think about that in y'all lives. How many times have you didn't do a thing because you was afraid of the word no? How many times didn't you ask for something because you were afraid of the word no? It's the smallest things that trip us up. But if the seed is strong, and if we cleared the roots and the weeds, because don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. Weeds gonna grow regardless. You ain't gotta do nothing for them jokers to grow. In my backyard right now, they plowed up all the grass. It was nothing but red mud out here. Nothing but red mud. When they finished building the house, they brought grass in, Bermuda to be exact. They brought it in. And they sowed the grass on top of the red mud. Y'all, it's been 3 months. Why am I seeing weeds coming up through the Bermuda? There was nothing there, now all of a sudden they're there. But that's the way it is in life. If we're not tending to the thoughts that we have, the people that we entertain, the content that we watch, hanging around the people that's gonna knock us off whatever wagon we're on. What up, G? Gary Johnson in the building. Shout out to my guy Gary. It's been a minute, my guy. Good to have you back in the space one more time. Oh man. So we got a full house today. I appreciate seeing all y'all. But yeah, the how powerful are you? It's solely determined upon how powerful your mind is and how clear your thoughts are as it relates to what you want to do. Are you moving mountains out of your way, or are you taking the long way around? Because you can't muster up the faith, because your thoughts are betraying you. And we all go through those days, those dark times when it don't seem like we can get a prayer through. Don't seem like faith ain't working right now. Faith ain't faithing. But if we just stay there, because just like the doctor said about my leg, this is a weight-bearing injury. This titanium rod will hold. Life is the same way for us. We got this spirit inside of us that can carry a lot of weight, no matter how bad we feel on the outside. There's something on the inside of us that keeps driving, that keeps pushing. Because we're well able. It's a gift from our God, from our Creator. The ability to endure. And the more failure you've experienced, the stronger you should be. So unless somebody here has never made a mistake, unless somebody's here has never gotten it wrong, unless somebody's here that's always had the right answer at the right time and always in the right place, y'all some strong individuals. It's some powerful niggatry happening in here. And so now I'm asking you to pull on that strength, to channel that strength, uproot the things that's holding you back so we can start sowing the seeds that's going to take you into the best version of yourself, into the best person you are, the best person that you want to be. That outcome that you want, I believe you can have it. I believe you can get it. And as I'm walking this walk again for myself, I'm so excited because some seeds that I planted a long time ago, I didn't know how long it was going to take, but I'm starting to see some sprouting happen. In the midst of everything that I have going on, some new sprouts are popping up and they're giving me new life. Giving me new life. So focus and energy and attention. Oh yeah, my bad, boo. My bad. My baby, she told me I need to keep my show a little more, PG. Cause it's more than motivation. Hey man, it is what it is. I'm comfortable in my own skin these days. Once upon a time now, but I'm comfortable in my skin these days. And I want you to be as well. Sometimes the thought of other people's judgment throws us off track. It makes us shrink a little bit and not go be all we can be. Comfort is a trap. Comfort is needed too, though. So no, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be comfortable in life. No. We all want to be comfortable. We want to have what we have to make our life go without a lot of stress and worry. But what I'm talking about is settling in the comfort. Because life will life. Life will throw a monkey wrench in there and it will knock your whole world off balance. So what I'm saying is, here at More Than Motivation, we are in the act of staying ready so that when life does happen, and it eventually will happen, we can shift gears and not really miss a beat. Toronto says, keep letting it sprout because you are encouraging us. Awesome. I'm glad my light is shining. My fire is burning. That y'all can see it and feel it. because I do. And honestly, I've been working on this for 2-3 years now, and it just didn't make sense to me. I couldn't figure out. It was like a puzzle that I was trying to put together in my mind. And because I am such a high risk, high reward life or person, I have to see it before I can go all in on it. And if I don't see it, I don't have the confidence to go because it don't make sense. I don't know what step to take. I'm taking steps. I'm taking all these steps, but I'm kind of going in circles. But I don't know at which point am I supposed to run head first into this wall. But as soon as I can see the seam or the crack in that wall, I'm going to bust that joker wide open. Bust it wide open. All right, Randy says, love, peace, and hair grease, good people. Got to punch the clock. Y'all have a great weekend. Hey, Randy, we love you, bro. Appreciate you. Have a great day no matter what. I'll hit you up this weekend. Maybe we can link. Maybe that car ride might be something we need to do to hash out some things. But I definitely hit you up, bro. Be easy. Be easy. But yeah, so y'all see, right? When I got on Tuesday, I was like, guys, yeah, I've been thinking. It's like today's like I got a whole new perspective on life and a whole new lease on life right now because this shifted. My body is still the same. My hours are still the same. My stresses are still the same. But this changed. So you are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than you realize. Don't ever play victim. Don't ever play victim. Play victor. Be the victor. Because you're going to win. You are going to win. And if you find yourself struggling, there's some weeds in there that need to be pulled out. So what makes a person strong? The powerful ideas that they have, their purpose, their passions, their loves. Who are they living for? I know my mother is still living for her children. She don't want to check out and leave us. She kind of knows it too, y'all. So she want to keep seeing what the end gonna be, right? But that purpose is strong enough to wheel her through whatever she needs to go through. That's why she's the strongest person I've ever known, because I've seen her wheel herself through so much. How can I not? How could I settle when I never see my mom settle? I never see her give up, give in. Oh, she gets tired though. She definitely gets tired. But she don't let it stop her. Gary said there's no growth in comfort. Oh, exactly. There's no growth there. It's kind of a stagnant place. It's kind of a stagnant place. So Monday, we're gonna go into this germination process of the mind. I'm probably gonna share some of my ideas, some things that I'm really working toward right now. But we're gonna talk about the seed process. When this actual seed falls to the ground and dies, when it becomes something else, when the fear kicks in, what do you do? What do you do? And how do you sow the seeds that you want to sow? So Monday, we're going to talk about seed sowing. We'll talk about some fertility, some procreation. Okay, I'm starting to get a little wild now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for another episode of Morning Motivation. Shout out to everybody who came through. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to others. And don't forget, self-care is the best care. Relax, rejuvenate. And as D-Rob says, if anybody try to ruin your peace, just pull out that spray. All right, man. Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. Baby, don't come in with them big eyes. Talking about fertility. We're not talking about all the fertility, though. No, we're not talking about all the fertility. No. But yeah, in that case, you guys have a great weekend, man. Y'all be blessed. Do something special for yourself. Love on yourself and love those close to you. Y'all have a great day. Peace.